I'm Chris Giddens, one of the guys in charge of space here at BrickFair Alabama, and this is a Moonbase project. It's a little bit of a revival of the classic Moonbase project, especially here at BrickFair Alabama. And in about 2002, we came up with the standard for Moonbase. Myself and a few others came up with a simple way to use simpler parts as a basis for a standard for a collaborative build for spacers, and it's good to kind of see it be revived a little bit. Through our Dixie Lug Club, we've had a lot of builders, and we also have some here in Alabama who have joined us, building some really amazing modules to go into this moon base. This is one of the bigger moon bases we've done, period. It's great to see it this big, with it being our first run at BrickFair, to see this revival come up. So
when was the seed planted for all of this? What was the initial, why is this so big and why is this here?
Well, we just had a discussion at Dixie Lug and with a couple other lugs last year at BrickFair Alabama to say, hey, let's think about a collaborative moon base again, because there are a lot of people wanting to work together on it. And so we just we mentioned it to the club and they were excited. We let Todd know we were planning on reviving it, and he was excited about it coming back. He put it on the official collaborative thing on the website, all that kind of jazz. So it's been a labor of love for folks to do. Some of the modules I've got built are originals from the first time we did Moonbase, and we got new ones. The Waffle House has been built forever.
Very nice.
And a lot of new modules. We've got a lot of new folks in our Dixie Lug Club. It's kind of reviving itself as well, and a lot of interest in our builders who formerly may have built town or never built these modules before, excited about building these spacey mocks and everything, and it's a lot of fun. And my son built a couple, and he was excited to collaborate. The good thing about Moonbase is it's a simple design and a simple concept. You get a 48 by 48 base plate, which is easy to get. The connector is made out of basic bricks and slopes, which is easy to do. You can make it as complicated or as simple as you want. Pour in your creativity into the design and just go for it. As long as you've got a connector or two, you're good to go.
So it's easy to kind of participate, sort of pitch in.
It is easy to participate and pitch in, and that's, I think, one of the great things about it. You can even just do an end cap, which seals the end of an open connector. And you can use some pretty creative things. He's got a Starbucks right there.
I love that Starbucks end cap.
Yeah, and that's been made. He's had that Starbucks, Mark Sandlin has had that Starbucks made for a long time. Really good classic end cap and all that kind of stuff. There's lots of ways. And then there's plenty of room for monorail to be put in, plenty of room for spaceships to then populate it and do some creative things here.
Sure.
This mining colony here is one of my favorites. This was done by a couple of guys, Dana from our club, and there's another module from a guys here in Alabama, all kind of working together in the same motif of being a mine, which makes sense on the moon, and a lot of really good design here. One of the funny things is the creature from the Blacktron Lagoon there with all the eyeballs, and its spawn is spreading out on the moon base there, which is pretty funny. And one thing we did this year for the kids to kind of stay focused on it is we hid Unikitty in many places. There's 10 Unikitties. There's one there in the monorail base there. She's hidden all about.
Now, is this Unikitty in Unikitty's space garb, or Unikitty in all different kinds of
She's
forms?
in her space garb, but then there's a business kitty or two and all that kind of stuff. So she's all around. There's an angry kitty up there on the tip top of one of those towers, and somebody made a Robo Kitty. She's sitting in one. So it's a lot of fun. So the kids have been excited about finding all the things. This is also one of the longest layouts of monorail. We were able to make one continuous track all the way around it.
That's crazy.
And had the moon bus standard, which was attempted with this old school
Mars. One of the Mars things.
Yeah,
right?
some kind of racy weird things. Yeah, something they did.
Life on Mars.
Or there's some racers or some weird stuff back in there. So to have that, John Palmer, who was one of the architects in helping this come about back in 03, 02, that was one of his passions and standards, was for the little moon bus to run around. And it was
That's kind of cool.
neat for one of our guys to pick that up, find the track, and get a car going.
That's awesome. So maybe let's try and begin like a little bit of a tour of the layout.
Okay.
So we're kind of over here. We're talking about this already.
Yeah.
But
we got the Space Miners base here, and the excavation there, and a processing center, and all this kind of stuff. We got a couple of landing pads here, and just some general connectors in the middle.
and so when it's in the middle, that means it has to kind of have a lot more connectors than something that's on the outside, right?
Yeah. It's easy to build a base that's just one connector, and that basically becomes a glorified end cap.
Yeah.
And so we encourage folks to at least put 2 connections in it, if not 3 and 4. So a 4 connector is really key to making things spread out.
Versatile.
Dana, who built a lot of stuff, he built a modular connector that he can then modify to be a L or a T or a 4 connector. Really neat design he did on that. So that helps us out to if we need to change things up, spread things out, we can take his.
Fill in the gap.
Yeah, fill in the gap, spread things out. So it's really cool.
Very cool.
So then we come down here, we got a nice classic space looking tower here, and we've got some botanical
nice
gardens here.
Greenhouse kind of biodome. Awesome.
Yep. Some more classic space here. Got a hospital unit here if we need that. Some command and control here. Some space police action going on, and got a little bit of a transport going over here, like a airport. A little bit going on. There's a Unikitty right there.
That's awesome. And the monorail serves it, sort of.
Yeah, monorail serves it. In fact, that module I made just kind of quick and dirty, but the only way it connects to the moon base is through monorail. It doesn't actually connect in. So
it's like a transshipment point or something.
Yeah, that's
like
right. That's
that.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Very cool.
All right, and we can go over to the other side if you want.
Spin around the other side. Alrighty. I like the, I'm not sure what the color, but light lavender, magenta, one of the new ones.
We call that purple around where I come from. Yeah. I'm a dude. We just call it purple.
It's purple.
Right, and then there's the Waffle House. And
Shipmast holding up the Waffle House.
That's right. That's right.
Very nice. Very nice.
And my family, my son is in his spaceship. I'm in mine, and my wife is in her spaceship over there. The Giddens family visits Waffle House quite often, so. The Big C barbecue here, you gotta have a barbecue joint, and you'll see a Unikitty there.
Duplo pig on the spit.
That's right. A drive-through McDonald's, which is pretty neat. You can turn this crank, and the spaceship that's on it, it'll actually lift, or the drive-through window will raise and lower to match up to where the spaceship would be for the drive-through and everything.
That's actually pretty cool.
And a Spirus base. It was neat to see Andrew pull that off to bring back the old Spirus theme. We got an Mtron couple of modules here. A lot of the old classic space themes are represented really well. And then we've got a few of the last spacey thing with the invaders from outer space or whatever from Mars. Little layout with them here. We just kind of happened to have 2 or 3 people build in that theme, so we put them all together, and you have a little village that goes with that.
Very nice classic space touch right there.
Yeah, that's right. That was from last year's Love theme and everything, and actually got an award for the special theme last year at BrickFair Alabama. And then some landing pads and some spaceships here. But it turned out to be a great moon base. Came out great. Lots of fun and detail for the kids and the adults alike to see. And this is really neat to see it return. And it was it kind of faded out for a while. There's still some groups who still build it, and there's a train group that has a little bit of a different standard, but we can make it compatible. So some people have kept it alive, but this is kind of the classic, old school, what we intended moon base, and it's really awesome to see it back.
So moon base is back at BrickFair Alabama 2016.
Yep. And I believe Todd announced that moon base is on the collaborative builds for BrickFair in Virginia and some others. So he's got it on board.
Heck yeah.
So it's alive. He's excited about it. We're excited about it. So I hope folks will build more modules.
Thank you so much for sharing with us, Chris.
You bet.